I'm what you call a lone wolf. I like to walk alone. I go hunt for the feeling. I thrive out on my own. Look in my eyes, look at the prize, look at the yeah, yeah. Heart in my chest, holding my breath. I'm addicted to the game. I am the one they run from. Dead I lie and wait. I do not tremble, do not shake. Ice cold blood in my veins, yeah. The lone wolf is my name.
While it's great, I live in this whitetail country, it's definitely pure bow hunter country. I probably live in some of the most densely populated bow hunting areas you could ever find, and that would be okay, but over the last 5 years where I am, we've lost probably 80% of the public land that was available to us at one time to hunt. So what's left everybody knows about, and the one thing about my area is it looks great on paper. Everybody knows about it, so it's flooded inside and out, and especially you see people talk about hunting public land, you know, do this, do that, and people here are listening, and that's a good thing, but you then actually have to adapt and keep going. I would say 90% of my hunts now are on public. The pressure is higher, especially this last year with COVID. My October Wisconsin hunt illustrates what I like to do almost on a yearly basis now on a Wisconsin public land. It's to take those high value midweek sits. I can't think of the last time I shot a buck on the weekend out here in Wisconsin.
Change of plans today. The giant buck at my home farm, he hasn't been showing up. I don't know if the pressure from the neighbors pushed him out or what. So with such a small area to hunt him, I've elected to just open my options up a little bit and see if I can find a nice buck on public land, sitting on top of a ridge where they really cruise through here, in between some bedding points on this public ground. I scouted the spring, it's loaded with sign, it's quiet, it got the right wind, so hopefully we'll see one cruising through. I'll be able to call one in today and we'll at least get some good footage of a nice buck. Don't know if I'll shoot him or not, but well, it'll be fun. Happened fast. That's a nice buck. I hope I didn't hit him too low. We'll see. I know I hit him. I'm gonna have to give him some time. That was a beautiful deer. Whew. Wow, my heart just got so fast. So fast. He didn't duck quite like I thought he would. That's a good eat. I suppose I can get the camera off.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful chocolate rat. He is public land buck. It's a spot I scouted this spring. You know, I knew there's some good deer in the area, and I've actually killed another buck out here before. And so I put some good time in this spring because there's some pressure out here. So I wanted to see how the deer were relating to the pressure, and I found a sweet spot. And after I got done scouting, I told a friend of mine, if I go in here and hunt here in October, I'll kill one. And this is the very first set in October, and I got in, set up, I was probably all set up at 7:20, let it get quiet. 7:40 I rattled, and then about 10 minutes later this guy came in. And it was about 27 yards, and I pegged it for him to duck. So I put my 20 pin on, a little high center, and it went low. But there's a little bit of brush, and judging by the entry, I think I probably hit some of the brush right there, and that's what made the shot worse than what it was. We trailed him a long ways, about 350 yards, circled around him, we got real close, we jumped him, ran across the field, backed out, and the landowner out here, he's actually on private property, and got permission from the landowner to come out here and get him. They helped me get him. We went about 200 yards, found a couple beds where he was. Wow, what a deer. This is a toad of an 8-point.
Has this ever happened to you? You end up finding the perfect ambush point, you set the camera there, only to find out you've contaminated the entire area by simply aiming your camera. Jumping around, flailing your arms in the air, trying to get on the level, looking at lasers, or however you're supposed to do this. Only to check it the first time and find out you were that far off the trail, just missed that scrape, just got the end of that buck coming through. Well, with the new undercover game cam by Lone Wolf Custom Gear, you see exactly what the camera sees right on your smartphone screen.
So for this year in Iowa, my son and I had been sitting on some points for quite a while, and it turns out he's going to be going off to college this next year, quite a ways away, so it was time to cash in those Iowa points.
Hey, we're getting way back into the spot that I don't think is hunted too much here in Iowa, late October. So here a week and a half ago, we saw a few bucks. I think there's some bigger ones in here. I don't think many people hunt it. Pretty excited. Good mile back in. That's a heck of a hike. But got the Lone Wolf on the back. Beautiful day. I'm excited. October the 29th afternoon, and almost happened going in. It's full draw on about a 160-10. Never saw me, didn't smell me. Just caught him cruising along this ridge line. Headed into a thicket. Hopefully he loops back around to where I'm sitting now. He was a nice buck. I was ready to pull the hammer down on him. I just didn't have time to verify I had a clear shot, and then he moved and got into that thick stuff. But there's been bucks in here, some real nice ones. Unfortunately, I'm not alone, so the pressure's on. Hopefully it can happen tonight before anybody else gets in here and gets on these deer and buggers them out. Well, that had just happened real fast. I had a buck below me, probably like a 128 point. Then I just saw two big bucks come off the top, and they were posturing, and I couldn't get it on camera, but they were fighting for a couple seconds, and I grunted, and I thought it was the bigger of the two that came down. One was definitely a shooter, the other one big body, not so much. Unfortunately, I think I got the one that was not so much big body on him, but not the rack I was hoping for. But you know, it's public land, it's a tough hunt. These are some hikes, and especially with camera gear by yourself. I think I've put over 30 miles this week going up and down, and that's just a flat before you got to go way up the ridge. So an achievement no matter what. It's exciting. I'm pretty sure I heard them fall right over a ridge, so let's go find them, and we'll celebrate from there. All right, we're all packed up. Let's go get this guy.
I think we just found our deer. Let's go see what we got. Here's our Iowa buck. Culmination of a lot of work here in Iowa. Saw a big buck right away. I think it was just before noon. I drew back on him and just didn't have a clear shot. Got my stand set up where I wanted to. Had another really big 8-point come in. Saw a couple more little bucks. Then a 120-inch 8-pointer. Then another doe came out, and then 140 class buck came out, and then this one. They started sparring. They were posturing. I grunted a couple times. This one definitely had the bigger body, and I thought it was the bigger rack on him too. Came in, gave me the shot. I took it. Lobo did the job. He only went maybe about 70-80 yards. Tipped over. Looks like a good heart lung shot. It's a challenge hunt for sure. Put in over 30 miles this week with the stand. My son's still got a tag, so we got some more excitement coming up, and more from Iowa. We'll let it continue. Here we are, the end of a long hunt, many miles put in.
long drag, about 200 yards to go yet, but the worst of it's over. I'm excited. I'm ready for some rest and get back at it in a couple days with my son. We got some more big bucks to chase, so stick with us. It's going to be fun.
Hi, this is Andre Quisto from Lone Wolf Custom Gear. I wanted to thank you for watching Whitetail Addictions and ask that you become one of our silent partners by hitting the YouTube subscribe button and following us on Facebook and Instagram.